Oh, I got 3 people watching. I wasn't even paying attention. Look at me. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, up for a little ride. Oh, now I'm down to 1. At least somebody's ride or die with me today. Oh, nobody's ride or die with me today. That was a weird word. Major Tom to ground control. Every time I see one of those trucks, I think about my brother. Oh, it's my brother. My fault for not spending more time with him than I did. So, you never know. We'll get some yonder about us today. There'll be a lot of yonder. A lot of yonder getting. Busy day, busy day, busy day. Truck holds up. Ah, 3 people again. Yay! Can I get a 4th? See, my record's 8, so let's see if we can get past 8 today. Yeah, it's kind of weird being here on live and not being able to listen to the radio or not putting on music. That's good. Then if you get on TikTok Live, they don't like you to drive. So, I don't know. Here we are, riding it quiet. Me running my mouth about nothing. It's a beautiful morning though. Oh. Wah, wah, wah. It's weird because I think about music quite a bit. Like, I miss music sometimes, like certain music, but instead of thinking about the, I'm gonna call it the old Benny Hill music from back in the day. You know, they're like, anyway, better be careful. I don't want to get copyrighted because that made noise. Anyway, ain't nobody listening no way. Just making content. Here in probably about another 30 minutes, I'm gonna stop at McDonald's and get me some breakfast. Cause I ain't had breakfast yet. And normally I've had breakfast about 2 hours ago. Yeah. Had to do laundry. Get the laundry done. Took a little bit longer than I thought it would. Or that I hoped it would. Hey, it's like que sera or something like that. Hope you're having a good morning, whoever you may be, or good evening, wherever you may be. Had something pop in my head, made me giggle. Now I can't remember what it was. That's a shame. Oh. Yeah, still don't remember. I got that daggone TikTok freaking trend music in my head. The da 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 da. That's not how it goes. But anyway. That's still not how it goes. I don't know how it goes, but I've been thinking about a movie I haven't seen in a well, I can't say a long time, but it's been a while. And maybe one day I'll do a YouTube video on it. But I figured since I got nothing to do but talk and ride, and nobody's watching or listening anyway, I'll just talk to myself. Maybe one day somebody will see this. But anyway, back in I looked it up, and I can't remember what year it was, but I'm pretty sure it was late 80s, early 90s, when I was a kid, somewhere around just below 10, a little over 10, somewhere around that, 10, 8, 10, 10-ish age here. I get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, there was a set of movies that came out, excuse me, called Three Ninjas. Because back then, ninjas were the thing, you know, like, you didn't have, well, you had some, like, bootleg, well, I ain't gonna say bootleg UFC, but, like, old UFC where it was, like, anything goes, and it was just kind of, like, really crazy. It wasn't like the MMA and stuff like we have now, and martial arts wasn't everywhere like it is now, and stuff like that, so, and being from a small community, you just really didn't have a lot of options. So back when things were on VHS and stuff like that, you had, you know, as a kid, I think it was also somewhere around the time the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie came out. And so ninjas were, like I said, as a kid, ninjas were the thing. And, you know, you had movies like karate or martial arts movies, excuse me, let me throw my visor down. Movies that were like, it was like martial art movies. You had, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, who else was back then? Let's see if I can think of who else was back then. Those were the kind of three that have kind of come off in my mind, and that was the thing. And those movies still hold like a special place in my heart for like. I got a alarm. Okay, but the movies like that, excuse me, have a special place in my heart, and you know, and I still just love to watch them. Even some, you know, some of the earlier Jackie Chan movies. Jackie Chan's another one, but those were like more in the mid '90s. I want to think more around the mid '90s ish when I got to those. But anyway, so mainly, like I said, Steven Seagal, not Rob Van Dam, that's Rob Van Dam, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris. I never really liked Chuck Norris as much, although we watched Walker Texas Ranger a lot. But, you know, those were like the martial arts movies. And then you had, every now and then you'd find one like the movies coming out of China or Thailand or somewhere, wherever they came from. I don't remember being back then. But anyway, back to the story. Ninjas were the thing. So a set of movies came out called Three Ninjas, whose uncle, I think it was her uncle or grandpa, I think it was her grandpa, was from Okinawa, I believe it was, is where he was from. And I can't think of I can see the actor's face, and I don't know a lot of these actors' names, so I'm sorry, it's almost 30 years ago. Anyway, somewhere around 30 years ago. But anyway, I can see the actor and all, and so the grandpa was from Okinawa, and he taught the three kids how to be ninjas and stuff like that, and then hijinks ensue, and there's a bad guy, something bad happens. And that's not really the main movie that I'm talking about, but it was kind of part of the story. So that movie came out, and like I said, it's about kids. I'm a kid, so it's definitely marketed to me. And luckily, my mom at the time worked at Walmart, so I wanted that movie. And I can't remember what holiday it was. I don't know if it was my birthday, Christmas. You know, back then, you used to get gifts for Easter. which you still do most times, but like so one of those holidays, and she asked me what I wanted, and I said, I want this movie called Three Ninjas, and I think back then I called it Three Ninja Kids, which is, I now realize, is not the name of the movie. It's not Three Ninja Kids. It's just Three Ninjas. So she went to Walmart, I guess, while she was working, and she was trying to find the movie Three Ninja Kids. Well, the only movie she could find with ninja and kids in it was this movie called Seven Ninja Kids. So I was like, okay, so for just a little bit extra, or for no extra money, you get an extra 4 Ninja Kids. Well, that's awesome. So I figured, but I was kind of sad because it wasn't the movie that I wanted, and I was just being silly and or being a kid. It wasn't the movie I wanted. But I remember I watched it and instantly fell in love with the movie. So and I've watched it since. I think I found it on YouTube and watched it on YouTube, and it's just as special to me now, or as it was back then. And I remembered everything, even though I hadn't watched it in probably 20 years. I found it, and I watched it, and it's like I remember exactly everything that was happening. So I couldn't remember the plot, or I can't. Here recently, when I started thinking about it again, couldn't remember the plot of it or anything like that. I just remembered the movie, and and I haven't found it on YouTube again yet. I was just kind of looking at it, trying to find the movie in case I decided to do a video on it. But, and I don't know if anybody else has seen the movie, knows the movie, or can think about the movie. But anyway, so basically, this is one of those out of China, maybe not China, I'm sorry, I don't mean to generalize everything as China. Straight out of Asia, let's put it that way. Movie, VHS, grainy film quality. Especially when I watched it back again on YouTube or wherever I watched it at more recently. And then it was dubbed in English, and you have all these little kids, and something happens. I can't remember. I think there's something about they found a diamond, or somebody's trying to steal a diamond, and they're trying to get it back, or something like that. And it's just so funny because you got this one kid, he just eats a lot. He's just always eating, and they would make fun of him because he's always eating. And then there's this little girl, and she's a badass, and she, kicks ass, and they're being kids, and these adults are trying to kidnap them or get the diamond or whatever, the jewel or whatever it is. And these kids are just like beating their ass, and it's just funny, and it's funny how like back then things were marketed to kids, I guess differently, and just a lot of fond memories of that, that movie. And I definitely want to try to get time or find time to sit down and watch it again. And the dubbing is weird, it's like old dubbing. Well, I mean, all dubbing is kind of weird, but it's just a very pleasant experience, and I really want to watch it again. And it's fun to sit here and just talk about it, even though, like, okay, people just come and go and listen to me talk, and nobody's really staying and listening, but that's okay. I'm talking to myself. At least I'm talking to somebody and not just myself. And I've been wanting to say a lot, talk about this for a while, and I've never really sat down and actually in front of a camera and made a video about it. Because I'm not good at editing, so I'm not going to be able to like superimpose the video or not the video, but clips of the video or the trailer or anything like that. It's going to be pretty much me talking about the movie. If you're lucky, I might get a picture or two out of it. I'm not very good at stuff like that, so that's a large part of the reasons why my channel's not really going anywhere. I'm hoping these lives have helped a lot, but it's not as entertaining as me making videos, I guess. But back, talking about the movies and stuff like that. And other good movies, like talking about like the old movies back in like the 80s and 90s. I'm finna stop here and get something to eat, but like talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know, I remember watching, I think it was called Double Impact. Excuse me. Double Impact, where he's got a twin brother, and I think he was raised. Well, it's him and him. So his one character was raised, I think, in France or something like that, and learned martial arts, and then the other guy was raised in Hong Kong, or grew up in Hong Kong, and was, I guess, not just like a hustler or whatever, and had street smarts, and was, you know, could fight and stuff like that, and you know, that was, I remember that because that was one of the first times they did special effects of like putting two people together, like the same person together as two different characters on screen. I don't know what it's called, but I remember that and being like, oh man, he really does, he has a twin brother. And it's like not knowing that, you know, I remember for a while, like amongst my friends and stuff like that, we were like, did you know he has a twin brother? And it's like, no. And then now, you know, it's like, oh man, yeah, he doesn't have a twin brother. But going back to the Rob Van Dam guy, they do look similar, so it's kind of funny they kind of, that gimmick kind of worked out like that. But Double Impact, I think was the name of it. That's one of the special ones to me. Steven Seagal talking about one of the special ones for me would be Under Siege. That was a good one. Again, I don't know the years and stuff like that, but that's all I want to say around about the same time in my life. Then I remember, well, I'll save it for later if I come back, because I gotta make some phone calls here after I get some food in my belly. Food in my belly. Gotta get some food in my belly. Food in my belly. Go to the McDonald's. Good old McDonald's. Alright. Yeah, because I really don't like going through the drive-thru. So, especially this one. This one's bad because it's like on this interstate, it's in the middle of nowhere, and there's like nothing for almost 60 miles, 50, 60 miles in either direction. It's growing, but as of right now, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in. We've had almost 30 minutes of me running my mouth. Well, I didn't run my mouth that much, but hello, lady. But it was fun talking, and I just hit the curb. That was smart. Not really. Okay. Yep. Let me get in here. Tucky toe. Here we go. A tucky toe. Here we go. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.